What you're basically saying, all I had to do was copy trade this guy. And, if I would have done it 3 months ago, I would be down 24% holding Bitcoin. But if I would have listened to this guy, I would actually be up 16%. Well, welcome everyone here at the Dapp Center AMA with the CEO of Market Profit. Super excited, guys. So if you guys are into copy trading, into trading, degen trading, this is the platform for you guys to check it out.
Correct.
Wow.
That is what we do. That is what we do. We identify smart money on crypto Twitter. We
Wow.
identify, right? And then we can check out who he is, right? So let's check out who he is. Yeah, so just check this guy out, right? Our platform, right? Market Profit, right? Free to use. You go to the website marketprofit.com. Profit spelled Prophit, right? And you can find uh, good predictors of crypto prices that we track and score and analyze using AI, right? We
Okay.
just did it for Bitcoin. And
Yes.
I just showed you, going back to the website, you have a page like this for millions of accounts where we score and rank crypto Twitter predictors of prices across all kinds of cryptos. They can be large coins, meme coins, NFTs, you name it.
Even NFTs? Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
every message is a prediction, right?
Yeah.
You're either bullish or you're bearish. You're positive or you're negative. Sentiment. Sentiment drives price in crypto. So, and it's very predictive. But the amount of data and the amount of posts a human can't process, and that is what we did. We simplified the research, the discovery process of financial information propagated on an open, global platform, which is X, right? And so we are providing for free summaries of data for discovery research, right? Research is so important, especially in volatile markets, about what is um, trending. How do you find good predictors, bad predictors, um, and alpha?
Yep.
And our platform delivers that for free, right? This is a model that we built that essentially analyzes and scores everybody um, on crypto Twitter.
Yep.
Each each poster, and we don't know who they are. They don't, anybody that who posts about crypto is making a prediction, and
Yep.
so we score it, we rank it. You know, it's an analogy to Wall Street. Um, going back, right? Going back to Bitcoin. So this is the homepage,
Beautiful page. How to copy trade
market
or
profit.
inverse copy trade. That's what I like too, like inverse Kramer.
Well, I mean, we'll talk about that in a second,
All
right? We can copy trade or inverse copy trade. I'll get to that in a second, which is the way that is our uh, technology that we built that allows you to monetize all the alpha that we are tracking in our sophisticated algorithm. And I'm just going to walk you through of how it works. So this is the homepage. It's free. Marketprofit.com. Prophit. it.com.
Yep.
And we're processing live live data right now. This is live of posts and AI sentiment. See, it just updated right there.
Wow. Did just update.
Just
So yeah.
updated. It just updated. It updates, on a regular basis, is live of sentiment on cryptocurrencies, many thousands of cryptos.
Wow.
On the homepage, we show, the sentiment for you know, the some of the large coins. We have it for thousands of coins, right? To get this kind of sentiment, and I'll show you in a second. You just go here and you type in the ticker, and we're going to focus on Bitcoin. And I'll show you all of our signals, our sentiment, and then the core feature of market profit is the scoring of accounts, finding the diamonds in the rough, the good predictors. See, it just updated. The good
Yep.
researchers, the good predictors of prices. People are journaling their thoughts, and there are a lot. It's a decentralized research platform that we are aggregating and identifying and putting people up on leaderboards because they're incredible predictors of and by the way, not just crypto. We also cover some tokenized stocks and also commodities, right? Like
Yeah.
Pax Gold, silver. We'll get to that in a second. But anything that people are predicting, we summarize it and give it on our platform. All right. So we have a lot of data that is useful for the global crypto community. What is trending? What is bullish? What is bearish? How do I make decisions? Um, Research data is so important for managing risk. That is so important. And that is so important, especially and I'm going to show you live uh live Bitcoin and live copy trading, and I'm going to talk about that in a second of how to use our copy trading tool as a tool, right, to help manage volatility. You can manage volatility with the help of our copy trading, social copy trading, the first social copy trading platform that is essentially a hedge fund that we are giving away for free.
That's great.
So here's what we do. And I'm just going to focus on Bitcoin. And we have this table for thousands of crypto, thousands of crypto. We identify at scale every day the top, and this is for free, right? We give a lot of information for free. Obviously, we can't give it all, but we
Yep.
give a lot for free, and we just want to point the lens of where the alpha might be, right? So this is a leaderboard. This is a leaderboard, top predictors of Bitcoin. And again, this is ETH, this is Doge, this is BNB, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. On the homepage, we show the Bitcoins, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on Bitcoin. Let's just, focus on Mother Bitcoin. We have a table of the top three and the bottom three predictors, right? We don't know who they are. We don't, we're not criticizing, right? We're just, the math is doing its thing and it's a score. So when an investor looks up and sees where do I put my money, they look at ranks, Morningstar ranks, right? Mutual fund managers, where do I allocate my capital? So they allocate based on scores and ranks. That's what we do for X predictions.
Yeah.
Here's Bitcoin. So I'm going to now. You can click on uh, BTC, and you will get a page like this. This is the Bitcoin page. This is free. Okay, this is free. Go check it out.
Links down
Um,
below.
right. You can also get here, by the way, by just typing in the ticker BTC
Great.
and then pick
Oh wow.
and then pick the ticker.
Yeah, that's great.
That's one way to get to this page, right? So BTC, right? It's loading. Oh, that was the sorry.
Wrong BTC.
Yeah, okay. This is Bitcoin. So this is a page for Bitcoin.
Yep.
I'm going to walk you through everything. These are sentiment signals, right? Everybody talks about fear and greed. Great. We have that. Great. The infamous fear and greed index, we have that. We have another signal that nobody has, and that's called smart money, the
Smart
market
money
profits.
signal. All right.
Smart money signal. Everybody's got the blue. That's fear, greed, however you want to characterize it, sentiment. Fear, greed is sentiment. That we have. That's blue. That is basic sentiment. However, because of our scoring algorithm, we also have smart money. What is that? This is the secret sauce market profit signal. That's orange. That's market profits. It's a very, very proprietary signal. And
Wow.
it's based on how we score X accounts. And I'll walk you through that. So and they're all predictive. They're all predictive,
Okay.
and we've back tested it, definitely back tested it, and they're predictive based on signal. Again, it's based on signal. And what I would say is, of course, you have to factor in when you trade all research and data information integrated into your final decision of when to buy or sell,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Whether it's manual or automated, right? And we've automated this for you. But sentiment is certainly a very high driver and the most predictive factor for crypto prices. The majority of crypto price are driven by sentiment.
Yep.
Many of these cryptos are not, don't produce revenue yet, right? Certainly meme coins don't. Um, but there's a price, and the price is driven by sentiment, and the sentiment automatically reacts on social media, and
Yeah.
that's what we track. So sentiment is important, but of course use other signals, right? And of course, not financial advice. Um,
Right.
right,
But it's
right.
good that
So
we're
now
seeing a social sentiment, not just fear and greed and other like just price action. We're actually seeing analytics that are coming from social media.
that's right. That's right. We're aggregating. And the reason why, by the way, the reason why sentiment is predictive is there's a concept in economics called the wisdom of the crowds.
Yep.
So the wisdom of the crowds is very simple. You can Grokkopedia it, right?
Right.
It's the economic principle which says if you have a bunch of people, diverse, nobody knows each other, and you ask them to predict something, how many jelly beans are there in a jar? Just by looking at the jar and analyzing it, just make a prediction. Write it down on a piece of paper. This is done in colleges, right? And then you average everybody's prediction. That average is actually pretty close to the number of beans in the jar, within 5%.
Wow.
It's just, yeah, yeah. It's called the wisdom of the crowds. Average sentiment is actually predictive. And it's better, the average, the prediction is better than any single expert in the crowd, as long as there's no bias,
Yep.
right? So that's why blue is predictive. Now there's an evolution of sentiment, right? Now there's an evolution of sentiment of trading, which is um, extraordinarily complex, right? Other
Right.
signals and volatility and charts and indicators, candlesticks, and all that. And that's where we go deeper and we identify the predictors that are actually your eyes and ears globally, because they're actually watching the screens. And because of our analytics, we discover good predictors, good
Yep.
predictors of crypto prices at scale every day. I, these are the market profits. These are the top three predictors right now for Bitcoin, right now, based on our analytics. Let's take a look. I'm actually going to focus on this guy because I was just reviewing him.
Right.
So the table shows that, and for free on the website, we say, it's a benchmark. If you had bought Bitcoin 3 months ago, if you bought Bitcoin and just held it, right, like the S&P 500, you will be down 24.76%, right? That's the benchmark. However, if you literally sat on Glitchy Magic's X feed, turn notice on, not sleep, right?
Yeah.
24/7, crypto 24/7, and literally just follow what he said, he or she, or whatever the account said on Bitcoin. Opened up whatever wallet or exchange, SEX, DEX, whatever you have, it doesn't matter, and actually just fired orders based on glitching magic's predictions. You would theoretically, right? This is a model, get that kind of return.
Oh wow.
So, right. So that's not noise, right? And we've proven it's not noise. And how do we do that? Well, so now you discover this is a search engine, right? We're gonna search deep into who are these um great predictors. And by the way, we call them creators. These are creators, right? They're researchers. They're smart people or accounts, anybody that has good predictions globally, right? They don't have to all work on Wall Street, right? There's a lot
Yeah.
of smart people in the world, right? So this is an aggregated global town hall, right? So now we're gonna do a deep dive on Glitchy Magic, right? So I'm gonna click on Glitchy Magic's user profile. This is free. I'm gonna say it again. This is free, right? Discover. Okay, so here's Glitchy Magic. We have a page like this for millions of accounts, millions of accounts. So the other thing you can do, by the way, is if you follow an account that you want to check out, and this is a reaction we get, or people check themselves up. They check up, everybody wants to know, well, what's my track record? What's my scoreboard? Did I make a leaderboard, right? It's great. It's competitive, right? Trading is competitive, and people want to be also recognized, right? We find diamonds in the rough globally, and we congratulate them, and they're like, oh my God, some of the best predictors on X, I'm going to show you, are complete unknowns. Little to no followers, hard to get discovered, but they're journaling, they're smart, right? And we discover them. We hope, we find them and we elevate them, right? From a creator standpoint and say, hey, you're really good, right?
Right.
So yeah, and they love it. I'm gonna show you Max feed. Like, you know, uh, guys are like, oh my God, thanks, you found me. Holy cow, wow, I'm grateful, right? So we give a shout out, right?
Yeah, that's
Um,
great. So you could actually uh sh find the diamonds in the rough, find the ones that aren't actually getting a lot of exposure, give them exposure through this platform, find the real callers, the real profits, and then you could actually make fun of the ones that aren't doing so well. Or you could just look up yourself. You could look up, because there's probably KOLs or traders that are on this channel that are curious to know, well, what is my percentage? How am I good at predicting or making calls? So yeah, you could search and it's completely free. I can't, this is a great platform. I love it.
yeah, and we're just trying to help the global community, right?
Yep.
A lot of people in the world, haven't, are young, they haven't experienced this kind of volatility, the cycles, and they need tools to help them navigate the markets, right? Especially given the volatility. I'm going to show you copy trading, right? The professional tools, right? Especially, right? The HODL story you know, is difficult, right? You look at how many people gotten wrecked, right? So
Yep.
you need professional tools. And by the way, copy trading is one of the tools. It's a very established, well-established way that Gen Z millennial participate in crypto markets. They copy professionals on crypto exchanges. Well, we have social copy trading. We have social copy trading, which is a separate layer, right? It's an additional layer that allows you to generate alpha. This platform and what I'm about to show you for Glitchy Magic and how we can just copy trade Glitchy Magic's signals that our AI generates from Glitchy Magic's posts to get you alpha. And I'm actually doing it right now. And I'm going to show you real results of copying guys like Glitchy Magic. So let's do a deep dive on Glitchy Magic. We found Glitchy Magic. He's a market prophet. Holy cow.
Look at
Wow. Okay. All right. So here's Glitchy Magic stats, right? He's the one of the top predictors, right, on X right now. Now,
Yep.
traders lose money, make money, but we want to find the steady eddies, the rock solid risk, the predictors that are managing risk, right? They're not just like gambling and volatile and betting wildly, right? The best predictors are the ones that survive, right? To get track record, right? They take losses. Of course, you can't, you're not gonna have 100% win rate, but they're really good risk managers. That is so important. And it's such a highly volatile market right now that we're in. Global macro, I can talk about that for hours, right?
Yeah.
And of course, volatility and people getting wrecked. So this is helping people, giving them tools, professional, institutional, hedge fund, Wall Street tools to the masses for free. And that's what we do. So here's Glitchy Magic. Um, these are stats, like a football player, like a baseball player, stats, right? What are your stats, right? These are Glitchy Magic stats from a prediction standpoint for Bitcoin. So we track a lot of similar stats that are measured on Wall Street for real traders. Okay, so if you had followed Glitchy Magic and did everything he said, you'd be up 16.48% on Bitcoin for the last 3 months, as opposed to getting wrecked by just saying, you know what, I'm just going to buy Bitcoin. This is active management. Active. You can make money. You can make money in volatile markets, right? But you need tools to do it. In fact, there's a lot of hedge funds that do really well in volatile markets because they have tools like this.
Yeah.
Let's democratize it. All right. So that's what I'm doing. The win-loss ratio for Glitchy Magic, 73%. That's epic. A good trader typically has a 52, 55% win-loss. He's 73% on his bets on Bitcoin directionally, right? And when he makes money, he makes 1.57% on average. But when he loses money, he cuts his losses quick. He makes 3 times more when he wins than when he loses. That's why he has positive performance, P&L. He's a market profit, and here is his track record. So this is his cumulative return. It's a model. This is a model for now. It's a model,
Okay.
right? And we're modeling his predictions. This is like a hedge fund manager walking in and saying, "Hey, I'm a Bitcoin trader, and please give me $1 billion. And I'm good. This is my strategy. This is what I do, etc. This is my track record." So imagine giving Glitchy Magic $1 of your money to manage, right? On December 3rd of last year. Just give him $1, one stable coin, right?
Yep.
And, and just like what you do when you allocate to real traders in copy trading on an exchange, right? Based on his and if he based on the signals executing on his posts and his predictions, you would be up 16.48%,
Wow.
right? In
Right.
about
The actual price of Bitcoin is down 24%, but you by following his posts, you're up
correct.
16%.
Yes. So
That's
if you just
incredible.
Correct. So if you just bought Bitcoin, right, and held it, right,
Yep.
you'd be down 25%. You
Fast
might, you
fashion.
might not survive. You just be wrecked. You'd be like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
But if you give your money to a pro, right, this is very common, right? Copy trading, money managers, mutual fund managers, robo advisors,
Yeah.
Wealthfront, Betterment, right? Manage my money. You're the pro. You, this is a pro. This is your co-pilot. This is your hedge fund manager, and we've automated it. We've automated it so that you can try to get these kinds of returns, and that is social media copy trading. So now let's put money on them. Let's bet on them. Let's copy trade them, right? So that's the button we um but by the way, let's see who he is, right? So from here you can discover. I'm gonna quickly show you who he is, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I literally cold opened. I cold opened my website this morning and this pops up, right? So let's take a look at Glitchy Magic. Day trader since 2021.
Wow.
BTC, Dream Cash referral code, Matrix. Okay, so he's 27,000 followers. Many of our market profits are like literally like 1,000 followers,
Yep.
right? There was a market profit like a few months ago. He had 14 followers, and
Wow.
it was at least on the profile it was some guy in the Bronx,
Yep.
Bronx, New York, right? Just
Nice.
crushing it, right, right. Um, so this is glitchy, right? And if you look at Glitchy's posts,
Yep. He's been
seems there's intelligence going on. Now, of course, he posts other stuff too, right?
right.
Um, right. But if
But
you
it's
look at
picking
his
up it's picking up the dollar symbols, the BTC dollar symbols, correct?
right. So if you look at his yeah, Bitcoin posts, right? These are Glitchy Magic's Bitcoin posts, right? He's posting, right? Look, shorting
Reporting.
BTC, right?
Yeah. Look at that.
Right? He's saying what he's doing, right? Um, and we analyze all of this. Our AI process all of this,
So it
and
knows
is and
when you should be long or short. Wow.
correct. So we convert Glitchy Magic's predictions and research and sentiment. It's really sentiment into actual trades, and
Wow.
that's copy trading, right? Glitchy Magic should be famous, right? Yeah,
Right.
right. Right? If he was on Wall Street, he'd be crushing it, right? Well, maybe he is on Wall Street, who knows? But this is the kind of return you get. This is not noise,
This
right?
is
This
like
is
it's like
alpha.
having a hedge fund in your pocket.
You got it. You got it
Wow.
for
So
free.
we got about 20 minutes or so. I want you
Yeah,
if you
okay.
could
So
cover
so
like how do
we're
we
gonna
get
copy
set up
trade,
and all that.
right? So now this is how we copy trade glitchy magic. So you hit copy trade,
Okay.
the blue button, hit it on any account, right, that you want to copy for a subscription. And we're giving a free code, and I'll tell what the free code is today. You can copy up to 5 glitchy magics, 5 good predictors, right? For whatever crypto you want. Find your crypto, find the best guy, load them up here, right? And add 5. By the way, if you want to do 10, 20, the code is infinite. For today, we're giving away infinite code, right?
Wow.
One code, copy as much as you want, right? That's one thing you do. Then so this is a subscription and you got to fill it out, right? So here you put the crypto that you want to copy his posts on. So if you just want Bitcoin posts, you put BTC. Some guys, by the way, some accounts are great overall. So you just like let it run and leave the box blank, and then it'll copy trade all his posts for all cryptos because they're just like really just managing a lot of cryptos, right? They're like you're expert, right? So we're gonna put in BTC, right? And I'm gonna get to this button in a second. That's
Yeah.
magic
The
right there,
inverse.
right? That's magic, right? There's alpha there, and I'm doing it right now, right? Um, you have to have today an account on one of these 3 exchanges, right? We're not an exchange, we're exchange agnostic, we're wired up with Binance, Bybit, and MEXC. Gotta have an account, gotta fund your account. We don't take funds. We don't control your money. We don't take your money. You give us API access, right? So, you pick your exchange, Bybit, and then you have to set up your API. That's what you got to do. Got to set up your API. We tell you exactly how to do it,
Okay.
and then I'll show you exactly, where to read all the details instructions about how to set up a copy trading subscription. So set up your API in your account, right? Got to have an account on one of these three exchanges, and many exchanges are being added, by the way, into the box, right? Again, we're exchange agnostic, free for all, trade where you want, unconstrained, right? Choice, your choice, right? So then you give us your API key and secret again, read the instructions. You enable futures, right? So we can efficiently go long, short, perps, right? We let you, by the way, if you want to take up to 3 times leverage from your
Oh,
exchange, up to 3 times from your exchange on your capital, right? Um, so we set that limit, right? Um, and then you put your leverage. Here's where you put the amount. How much am I going to bet on glitchy magic? You put in 1,000. This is where you're instructing us how much to execute of your capital in your wallet, right? To bet on his posts, right? You got to tell us, right? And then you pay, but today there'll be a free code and you don't pay. So you subscribe, put in the code, and this will be 0, right? We have different payment methods, right? You can connect your MetaMask, you can put in stables, you can even put
that's
in a
great.
credit card, right? 30 days, let it go, let it run. Free code. Here's the free code. M as in Mary, P as in Paul, underscore 100 LWP. That is the code. It's on the website, by the way, and you
Yep.
can read about it. It's all there on the homepage. Watch the video, right, where you also describe a little bit of the copy trading thing, but this is more in depth, right?
Yep.
And then you hit subscribe and pay. Done. Boom. Good.
And the
One
fee there is
subscription.
only $14. Is that a flat fee?
That'll be 0. That's flat fee, paid up front one time. Flat
Okay.
fee for 1 month.
For one
And
month.
by the way, it scales, right? So let's say you got a guy that has 100 million. Put 100 million. There's no limit. Now, for 100 million, we'll charge you more, right? I mean, we charge based on like a
Okay,
money
so it is
manager.
based on the
It's like a
amount.
spread. It's a spread. And by the way, the spread fee is on the page. I'm going to show you where you read about in detail how to actually do all this, right? And there's a link. I'll show you the link on the page, how to walk it through and set it up, right? Today, ignore the money, free, right? You can literally find a billionaire could go in here and put $1 billion, right? Now, of course, this will be subject to liquidity and which exchange and the rules, and we explain it, but it's unconstrained. Now, to be effective, there is we guide users that there is a $300 minimum. So if you put in like 10 USDT, right? It's not even loud. If you put in 50 USDT, right? It's it's not efficient, right? So we guide the that it's about 300
Okay.
USDT or USDC, by the way,
Okay.
fund your account. Now, once you subscribe, pay, you have to have an account, you got to put the money in your account. It has to be there, right? If there's less, we'll execute whatever's there. But all the rules are described. Okay, subscribe and pay, boom, done. That is one thing you can do to try to replicate and have glitchy magic be your hedge fund co-pilot, right? Never sleeps. I mean, you sleep, he doesn't, and it auto executes based on his posts. Good. What else can you do? Well, you can do two more things, two more, right? So there are negative predictors. Again, I don't know who they are, right? And by the way, they may not be people, right? We track news. News is late. News happens to be late. They report after the fact. Bitcoin went up, they report Bitcoin went up. Typically, not always, news has a negative score. They're
Yeah.
not, it's just because of the way that, the the information comes out. It's late. It's not early. It's not predicting. It's reporting, right?
It's actually
No problem.
telling for folks who use news for financial advice. Maybe it's not the best advice. You should probably get into profits, get in early, because if you're buying the news, you're probably going to lose, right?
Right, right. But
But you can inverse.
that's true. That's true. But so one thing you could say is don't buy the news. But another thing you could do is short the news.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of hedge funds do. There's actually a lot of hedge funds that short news
Wow.
systematically, automated. And now you can do that with something called inverse copy trading. Let me show you that, right? So that's the other thing you can do, right? So now you go back, right? And I'm gonna go back to Bitcoin, right? So we're gonna positively copy trade glitchy magic. Obviously, the guy's epic, right? Then we're gonna go back to Bitcoin, right? The Bitcoin page with the signals, right? And remember, we had a table that showed the negative predictors. Again, we're not commenting. We don't know these people. They may not be people. They're just accounts that are producing content, research, predictions. Everything is a prediction. That's it. That's all we care about, right?
Yep.
So these accounts are negatively scored. Let's put it that way,
Yep.
right? We're not commenting on anybody. We know these people, whatever, right? So you um you can look at this account right here, right? For example, any account, right? Let's look at this account. And what you'll notice is that their performance, this account's performance, is actually worse than even buying Bitcoin.
Yeah,
It's
right.
worse than buy and hold. It's worse than buy and hold, right? And that's what we like, right? And you know, and this account tweets about some cryptos. We're gonna focus on Bitcoin. We're gonna focus on Bitcoin. All right, boom, look at that.
Dang.
Awesome. Awesome,
Holy
right?
cow, they're down big
Oh,
time on
okay, we like that. We like that. Why do
that.
we like that? Because it's predictably negative. It's predictably negative, which means you can have confidence to short every one of these posts, right?
Yep.
Predictably negative. Good. We like that. Great. So if you follow this account and did what they said, you'd be down 32%. But what if you do the opposite? What if you inverse what they said? You'd be up 32%,
Yep.
right? Well, so we let you do that. So we have a magic button that is not available in real trader copy trading because um, in real trader copy trading, negative performing traders don't expose themselves, right? Why would they? Nobody would copy them, right? On social, it's just data. We expose predictions, right? Recordings of
It
good
could
and
be a
bad.
bot for all we know, but we want the cause, we want the output.
Anything,
Yep.
anything.
Data.
Right. And by the way, if you have like an AI agent quant strategy and you want to auto post, some people do that, right?
Yep.
Do it. We'll score you, right? It's a leaderboard, right? It's like a global arena of competition, right? I mean, if you really want to be like recognized and exposed and etc., post whatever you want. Automate. And by the way, there's some accounts that automate signals, right? Data. They're putting it out. They're trying to grow. They're creators. They're trying to be out there. Well, all of it. It's not humans necessarily. It's predictions. Whatever content there is, the numbers filter it out. They don't lie. And we summarize it on a platform. So, I'm not going to go through the whole setup. It's the same. The only difference on this account is you will click this little magic button, inverse copy. That's
Yep.
it. And for one subscription, you can inverse copy short 5 accounts. With the free code, by the way, launch 40 subscriptions. It's free, it's unlimited. Try it out, right? There's a lot of alpha here. A lot, right? There's a lot of negative accounts. Again, I'm not criticizing or commenting. I don't know these accounts.
Right.
It's just data,
Yep.
right?
It's very good
But
data. I mean, you could be up 38% if you inverse this person.
yeah, yeah. And
Big.
it's alpha. It's alpha that's not available anywhere, right? You can't find it. But this is an extra bucket, I think a big one of
Yeah.
alpha. right, for the community, the global community. It's very sophisticated institutional alpha, right? Good. There's one more thing I'm going to show that you can do, which we also give away for free in a subscription. So the other option is you can copy a crypto. Well, what's that? That's this option right here. What's that? And I'm going to show you. You can click that button and it says copy one single crypto from any of the top posters. What does that mean? Well, that is a next level kind of copy trading algo. All right, AI agent, whatever you want to call it. So here's how you do that. So
So the AIs are picking your accounts basically.
I'm
Based
sorry.
off the AIs are going to pick your accounts for you based off of their data that they provide.
Correct. So what we do, right? So you put in right. You put in your coin, right? Let's say just like, listen, I don't want to do the research. I don't want to find the good guy, short the bad guy, blah blah blah. I just want to make money on Bitcoin or dog with hat or a meme coin, whatever
Yeah,
you want, right? And now it's got to, by the way, it's got to trade on the exchange, right? It's got to be available, right? So there's going to be a limited set, but our set is huge, right? Because a lot of coins trade, right? And when you copy trade real traders, they typically, trade Bitcoins. But here in social, we're not copying traders, we're copying predictors of meme coins.
right.
And if those coins trade, you can copy them, which is not available, right? How many like real trader copy traders on an exchange are trading peep, what I mean, and crushing it, right?
Yep.
Here, there's a lot more data and predictors of PEEP because people care about PEEP on social. Boom. All right, so here you will put in Bitcoin. Let's say Bitcoin. Good. Done. You pick Bitcoin. That's it. The rest of the setup is the same. So what do we do there? If you just want to copy Bitcoin, say, I just want to make, here's 1,000 USDT on Bitcoin. Just want to make it. What do we do there? Well, in the database, we got all of the predictors, all of them, right? On the website, we show three. Now, I can't go into our proprietary technology, but we aggregate a lot of people, right? More than three. So imagine the top 2,000 Bitcoin traders in the world, wherever they are managing your 1,000 USDT.
That's sweet.
That is a quantitative hedge fund. That's
Yep.
a portfolio of the best predictors. One day, one guy's good. Another day, another guy's good, right? So it's a basket, right? It's a team, right? This is the dream team, right? So when you assemble, in fantasy sports, your dream team, we've assembled your dream team, right? Of Bitcoin predictors. That's the other option. You can't have all three. One subscription, copy five, or bet against, right? Five, or copy a crypto. But again, you can launch three subscriptions with the code. We're giving it away. So when you do that, and these are my subscriptions, right? This is live, my money, right? That we're
Wow.
copy trading. So we're copying individuals, right? We're shorting, that account, by the way, shorting it. Why not? Right? Betting on them, betting against them. When you copy trade somebody, you bet on. When you copy trade, inverse copy trade, you bet against. That's it. Talking about betting prediction markets, right?
Yep.
So, copying Soul, right? Doing the Soul aggregated dream team, right? I got a guy that's watching like automated like candlesticks. He's awesome, right? He's just like, you're a candlestick guy.
Okay.
You can assemble your dream team, right?
Yeah.
Literally, you can literally assemble. It's like fantasy sports. Assemble your dream team if you want to do the work, or if you're lazy, just copy a coin and we'll assemble it for you, right? But
That is a
we do
lot.
that, right? Well, whatever you want, right? And then Bitcoin. When I do this, right? These are live results right now. I'm on Bybit. This is live Bitcoin futures, right?
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is live, all automated, no manual intervention, right? And by the way, this is live Bitcoin perps, right? And look at that. Look at that, right? This today, right? So I'm going to zoom in and it's every time there's a sell, it's auto executing, right? So this was last night. Yep, last night shorted, right? And then I'm on the, let's see what, I'm on the 50-minute, right? And then it bought
Yep.
it back right here, right? So it's buying, it's trading, right? Look, it
Yep.
bought it right there. It just bought it, right?
Yeah.
This was 6 in the morning, right? And then it's trading right there. Sold it at 9 a.m. and then it bought it back. It's auto trading based on predictions.
That's
This is
awesome.
your co-pilot hedge fund army of the best predictors managing your capital globally, right? See, this is your army of pros, right? The eyes and ears, the smart money, the market profits, and all our algos for free, right? And when you do that, right? And look, listen, people are getting wrecked right now. It doesn't always get it right, right? Again, people, make wrong predictions, but we've proven it when we showed you the page for glitching magic that, there's a lot of good predictors that get it more right than wrong, obviously,
Yeah.
right? And that's why
Agree.
they make money, just like traders on Wall Street, right? So if you look at the history, this is a 50-minute chart. This is Bitcoin. We've been running this for months, right? Um, yeah, look at that. Yeah. Look, it made a mistake, but quickly shorted it and bought it back right there.
Yeah.
This is the dump. This is the dump, right? This is people getting wrecked, right? Right? Global macro, there's a lot of volatility. This is volatility. You can still make money. You need help. You need an automated tool, right? Just like hedge
Yep.
funds on Wall Street have, right? So good,
That
right?
is
So we give
great.
you the tool, right? This is for retail. It's for anybody, right? It's for anybody. So I'm going to zoom in on the 30-minute chart, and I'm going to show you more history. This was this was a good catch. Look at that. This was
Oh
a
yeah.
dump. Remember that dump,
Yep.
right? Okay, good. So look how early it got in.
Yep.
So
Shorted it.
got right. It got in at 3 p.m., right? Because information moves fast, right? And you know, Bloomberg, this is the new Bloomberg, Reuters, whatever you want to call it. It breaks here. Boom, automated. You need an automated tool to catch that sentiment as
Yep.
soon as it breaks, right? And a lot of times, like I said, it's predictive and our sentiment signals are predictive. But again, we can go back to that. So it caught it at this is Jan 18th, right? January 18th, 12 days ago, right? About 3 p.m. Go short Bitcoin and boom, Bitcoin dumps at 6:30, right?
Yep.
And then it buys it back. That's alpha.
Yeah.
That's alpha.
That is
Stop
awesome.
getting stop getting wrecked, right? Like a lot of people, I mean, look, there's a lot of volatility. And this kind of volatility, right, um, is catching a lot of people that aren't experienced and have experience. We're not criticizing them, it's just real. They haven't experienced it, right, in this cycle. And they just want things to go up, right? And this is a bot, right? This is your right. So now I'm going to show you the actual results, right? Let's talk about results.
Yeah.
Here's what it's
We
really
we
good
we're
at.
running a little short of time here, so
Oh, okay, yeah, let
yeah.
me just show you the results. Yep. Uh, I just want to show you the results quickly.
Yeah. Let's get the
Uh,
results.
yeah. So let me just take a look. Bear with me. Yeah. Okay. So here. Yeah. This is last 30 days. It's
Wow.
auto trading. Yeah. Last 30 days, right? Average capital, I would say at risk. The average capital, right? Its sizes, positions. It's really like it's a hedge fund, right? So the average capital is bear with me. Let's call it the average cap was 2,500. So 111.51 divided by 2,500. Yeah, 4.5% return in 1 month.
Yeah.
4.5,
And that's
right?
that's
But
while
with good
markets
risk.
are going down after a
Yeah,
crash.
they're going up and down. This is the
Yeah,
volatility. This is not like, a month ago, I just got long and Bitcoin rallied, right?
yeah,
This is like, catching longs and shorts, which is so hard, right? It's very
yeah,
hard. There's very few traders that are good short sellers, right? This is performance. This is ETH. This is BTC. Made money on Sol. Flattish on this, but look at the stats. This is real stats, right? So the win loss is 60%.
wow,
That's
that's
epic,
great.
right? Yeah. Okay. And the long orders got 65%. The closed orders, see, it cut losses, right? On the shorts, it was 48%, lost very little money. That's on closed orders. Look at closed positions. Okay, great. Win rate, 57%. Win rate on long positions, 61. Short positions, 54.
Yep.
So,
Wow, that's amazing. That's awesome. So just yeah, this is great, guys. So join in. Make sure you sign up. Marketprofit.com. You guys could get in now for free, right? You get sign up for
yeah,
free with the
all
first month
free, by
free.
the way. Here's the code.
Yep.
This is the homepage. Watch the video. You're on it.
Yeah.
Good. Free
Check
code right
out.
here. First month free, MP underscore 100 LBP, unlimited code. You got to have Binance, Bybit, MEXC, and click any blue copy tree button, put in the code, and then we're going to be giving away $1,000, right? To
Yeah.
subscribers at the end of the month. You got to be a subscriber. We'll fund it into your account. One winner, random luck choice. Here's how it works. Read how it works. You click here. How does it work? Read this.
Yep.
How it works. Click that button. It'll set you up and go through all of the setup, how to set up everything that I just walked you through. It's all here,
That's
right?
great.
Yeah,
Awesome. Well, guys,
yeah.
just remember, understand the risk of trading. This is not always guaranteed. You're not always guaranteed to make money, so please do
Yeah,
so responsibly. But this is a great tool, great utility tool.
yeah.
Check it out. Link will be down in the description. And Igor, Market Profit CEO, thank you for being on here on this channel once again. And yeah, we look forward to keep working with you. I'm actually really excited about this. Me personally, I don't use those exchanges. So is there any new exchanges that are going to be listed for we could actually start using different APIs?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. We a lot of exchanges are asking us to integrate with the box. And by the way, sexes, right?
Yeah,
But dexes too. You tell me, what
perfect.
dexes
Yes.
you want?
We
You
want
want dexes?
decentralized exchanges. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
we'll have it all.
Hyperliquid and so forth. Yep.
Oh yeah,
Swap,
yeah.
Uniswap. Awesome.
Uniswap, yeah, yeah. So you just connect wallet, right?
Yep.
Right. So yeah, in the works. We're gonna have something for everybody, right? For
That is great.
everybody's comfort level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody. Because here's why. This is super important. Exchange agnostic. Your choice, right? Your
Yep.
choice, right? And there's so many choices, right? We don't direct choices. We are an engine to give you the tools, right? To young people, wherever they are and wherever they have, whatever venue they want to trade on. Especially now during super volatility, people need help. We're here to help.
Right. Well, welcome everyone here at the DAPP Center AMA with the CEO of Market Profit. Super excited, guys. So if you guys are into copy trading, into trading, degen trading, this is the platform for you guys to check it out. And stay tuned for guys. It's Nero here at DAPP Center saying so long and enjoy the rest of your day.
All
Adios.
right. Thank you.